Why would someone continue working when no one is watching? When there is no immediate reward, and when success is uncertain, traditional thinking tells us people work for money, for rewards, for promotions, for recognition. But decades of psychological research suggests something more complex. Daniel Pink argues for something much deeper, but decades of psychological research suggests something more complex. Daniel Pink argues for something much deeper. The strongest long-term motivation often comes not from external rewards, but from autonomy, mastery, and purpose. To understand this, we must look back. Motivation 1.0 was simple: biological survival, the drive to eat, sleep, and reproduce. The journey to understand drive begins in 1949. Harry Harlow, a professor of psychology, was studying rhesus monkeys. He gave them a simple mechanical puzzle. To his surprise, the monkeys began solving the puzzles simply because they enjoyed it. No food was offered, no praise was given. The joy was in the solving. This defied the laws of psychology at the time. If there was no reward, why were they working? Harlow had stumbled upon a third drive. 20 years later, Edward Desai took this further. He used soma puzzles, complex geometric shapes, to test human motivation in a laboratory. He found that when people were paid to solve a puzzle they already enjoyed, they actually became less interested in it once the payment stopped. Rewards, it seemed, had a hidden cost. They could turn play into work. This was the first evidence that carrots could be counterproductive. Daniel Pink's research brings to light a new operating system, one designed for the 21st century. Motivation 3.0. This system is built on three core pillars: autonomy, mastery, and purpose. Let's explore each one. Then came Motivation 2.0, the industrial system of carrots and sticks, rewards for obedience, punishment for failure. This system worked for routine tasks, but for the complex creative work of today, it has reached its limits. This system worked for routine tasks, but for the complex creative work of today, it has reached its limits. For heuristic work, work that requires discovery and creativity, external rewards can actually decrease performance. We have explored the evolution of motivation and the three pillars of drive: autonomy, mastery, and purpose. These are the tools of the modern world. The first pillar is autonomy, the desire to direct our own lives. It is the antithesis of management. Autonomy over our task, our time, our technique, and our team. When we choose how we work, we thrive. Autonomy begins with the task, the freedom to choose what you work on. When workers choose their tasks, creativity flourishes. This isn't about lack of accountability. It's about self-direction. It's about owning the output because you chose the input. Next is time. The industrial age demanded presence from 9 to 5. The motivational age demands results, regardless of the hour. Next is time. The industrial age demanded presence. The motivational age demands results. Results-only work environments show that when people control their time, they stop watching the clock and start focusing on the work. Then there is technique, the freedom to choose your tools and methods. There is no one best way for creative work. Autonomy over technique allows for idiosyncratic excellence. It lets the individual find the path that leads to their highest performance. Finally, team, the choice of who you work with. We are social animals, but we perform best in groups we choose to join. When autonomy is granted across task, time, technique, and team, the result is engagement. And engagement is the pathway to mastery. To achieve mastery, one must understand its nature. Mastery is governed by three fundamental laws that challenge our traditional view of skill. The second pillar is mastery, the urge to get better and better at something that truly matters to us. Mastery is a mindset. It requires seeing improvement as its own reward. It is a long-term commitment to excellence. To achieve mastery, one must understand its nature. Mastery is governed by three fundamental laws that challenge our traditional view of skill. Law 1. Mastery is a mindset. As Carol Dweck's research shows, it requires a growth mindset. Law 1. Mastery is a mindset. As Carol Dweck's research shows, it requires a growth mindset, the belief that intelligence can be developed. Law 2. Mastery is a pain. It requires effort, grit, and the willingness to face frustration for long-term gain. Law 2. Mastery is a pain. It is not always fun. It requires effort, grit, and the willingness to face frustration for long-term gain. Law 3. Mastery is an asymptote. You can approach it, you can get closer, but you can never fully reach it. Law 3. Mastery is an asymptote. You can get closer and closer to perfection, but you can never fully reach it. The joy is in the pursuit. This makes mastery both frustrating and alluring. It is a journey without a final destination, fueled by the desire to improve. Meaningful improvement demands deliberate practice. This isn't just repetition. It is focused, intense work on your weakest areas. Mastery is what happens when you commit to being 1% better every single day. It requires feedback and persistence. Mastery is what happens when you commit to being 1% better every single day. The final pillar is purpose. It is the most powerful driver of endurance. It provides the why that makes any how bearable. The third pillar is purpose. The feeling that our work contributes to something much larger than ourselves. The final pillar is purpose. It is the most powerful driver of endurance. It provides the why that makes any how bearable. Finally, we have the purpose motive. Humans, by their nature, seek purpose, a cause greater and more enduring than themselves. When profit is the only motive, engagement withers. But when profit serves purpose, the energy is limitless. Purpose provides the endurance to keep moving when things get difficult. It is the fuel for long-term fulfillment. But there is a dark side to rewards. Research shows that for creative tasks, external incentives can backfire. This is the Sawyer effect. External rewards turn play into work. Interest fades, performance drops. This is the Sawyer effect. When an external reward is offered, what was once play becomes work. Interest fades, performance drops. This is what Pink calls the Sawyer effect, named after Mark Twain's famous character who convinced others that whitewashing a fence was a privilege. The Sawyer effect works two ways. It can turn a chore into a joy, or a joy into a chore. The key is the presence of an external reward. This brings us to flow, a state of optimal experience where you are so involved in an activity that nothing else seems to matter. This brings us to flow, a state of optimal experience where you are so involved in an activity that nothing else seems to matter. In flow, the reward is the activity itself. This is the ultimate expression of intrinsic motivation and the highest form of mastery. Pink introduces Type X and Type I. Type X is extrinsic. Type I is intrinsic. It is the fuel of greatness. Type X is the carrot and stick approach. It can lead to short-term gains, but it often sacrifices long-term engagement and creativity. Type 1 behavior, however, is fueled by intrinsic desires. It is concerned with the inherent satisfaction of the activity itself. It is the fuel of greatness. Type 1 behavior, however, is fueled by intrinsic desires. It is concerned with the inherent satisfaction of the activity itself. It is the fuel of greatness. Type 1 is self-sustaining. It is more productive, more creative, and leads to greater well-being. It is the operating system we must adopt. One of the most powerful examples of Motivation 3.0 is the open source movement. Consider Linux, Apache, and the very foundations of the internet. Consider the case of Wikipedia versus Microsoft Encarta. In the late 90s, Encarta was the gold standard, professionally written, well-funded, and managed. Encarta used Motivation 2.0. Experts were paid to write articles. Wikipedia used Motivation 3.0. Thousands of people contributed for free, driven by purpose. Economists were baffled. According to traditional theory, Wikipedia shouldn't exist. Yet purpose-driven collaboration defeated the well-funded corporate giant. Wikipedia proved that when people are driven by a shared sense of purpose and the desire for mastery, they can achieve what money alone cannot buy. One of the most powerful examples of Motivation 3.0 is the open source movement. Consider Linux, Apache, and the very foundations of the internet. Thousands of highly skilled professionals contribute their time and expertise for free. Why? Because of the intrinsic satisfaction of mastery and the shared purpose of building something better. Thousands of highly skilled professionals contribute their time and expertise for free. Why? Because of the intrinsic satisfaction of mastery and the shared purpose of building something better. Motivation 3.0 finds its greatest expression in the open source movement. Consider Linux, a robust, world-class operating system built by volunteers. This philosophy is being put into practice through results-only work environments. In a ROWE, people don't have schedules. They have results. In education, Motivation 3.0 means moving beyond standardized tests. It means fostering curiosity and the desire for mastery in students. This philosophy is being put into practice through results-only work environments. In a ROWE, people don't have schedules. They have results. The cost of control is high. Management by its nature assumes people need to be prodded, but for creative work, management is a bottleneck. For leaders, providing autonomy isn't about letting go of standards, it's about empowering people to meet them in their own way. Trust is the bridge to autonomy. When leaders trust their teams to manage their own time and techniques, performance soars. For leaders, the role shifts from commander to gardener. You don't make people grow, you create the conditions where they can flourish. A leader's job is to clarify the purpose and protect the autonomy of their team. This is how high-performance cultures are built. In education, Motivation 3.0 means moving beyond standardized tests. It means fostering curiosity and the desire for mastery in students. When students are given autonomy over their learning, their intrinsic drive to understand the world becomes the ultimate teacher. How do we apply drive to the world of business? It starts by moving away from management and towards self-direction. Companies like Google and Atlassian have pioneered FedEx Days and 20% time, giving employees total autonomy to innovate. While Motivation 2.0 is common, it carries 7 deadly flaws that can undermine the very work we seek to encourage. Let's examine them. Third, they can crush creativity. External incentives often signal that the task is a chore, stifling the innovative thinking required for breakthroughs. Sixth, they can become addictive. Like any drug, external rewards require increasing doses to maintain the same effect. We become hooked on the carrot. First, they can extinguish intrinsic motivation. When you pay someone for something they already love, the reward becomes the point, and the love fades. However, rewards are not universally bad. They are effective for algorithmic tasks, those with a clear set of rules and a single destination. The key to compensation in Motivation 3.0 is to pay enough to take the issue of money off the table. Pay people enough that they stop thinking about pay. The key to compensation in Motivation 3.0 is to pay enough to take the issue of money off the table. Pay people enough that they stop thinking about pay. To understand agency, we look to the philosophers. Edmund Husserl spoke of intentionality, the way our consciousness is always directed towards something meaningful. To understand agency, Husserl spoke of intentionality. Our consciousness is directed toward the meaningful. Heidegger's Dasein reminds us that existence requires responsibility for our own potential. Autonomy is Dasein in action. Heidegger's Dasein reminds us that existence requires responsibility for our potential. Autonomy is Dasein in action. Heidegger's Dasein, being in the world, reminds us that to exist authentically is to take responsibility for our own possibilities and potential. Autonomy is Dasein in action. Husserl's intentionality shows that our consciousness is always about something. When we direct that focus toward mastery, we fulfill our deepest human drive. Martin Heidegger explored Dasein, the nature of our being in the world. For Heidegger, true existence requires authentic engagement with our own potential. As AI and automation take over routine tasks, the heuristic work of humans becomes even more valuable. We are entering the age of the creative. As artificial intelligence automates the algorithmic, the heuristic work of humans, creative, intuitive, and purpose-driven becomes our most valuable contribution. As artificial intelligence automates the algorithmic, the heuristic work of humans, creative, intuitive, and purpose-driven becomes our most valuable contribution. As AI automates the routine, human heuristic work, creative, and purpose-driven becomes most valuable. As AI and automation take over routine tasks, the heuristic work of humans becomes even more valuable. We are entering the age of the creative. Reclaim your drive with a simple question. What is your sentence? What will you be remembered for? Theory without action is just information. To truly integrate these principles, we invite you to take the 7-Day Drive Challenge. Day 1. Write down one activity you genuinely enjoy improving, not for the pay, but for the progress. This is your anchor for mastery. Day 2. Identify one area where you want greater autonomy. Whether it's your time or your technique, find one boundary to push. Day 3. Practice one important skill for 45 uninterrupted minutes. No notifications, just you and the work. This is where flow happens. For mastery to flourish, we need Goldilocks tasks. Challenges that are not too difficult, which leads to anxiety, and not too easy, which leads to boredom. The sweet spot is right in the middle. When the challenge matches our skill, we enter the flow state, and the journey of mastery becomes sustainable. Day 4. Reflect on why this goal matters beyond money or recognition. If no one ever saw your success, would you still pursue it? Day 5. Ask for constructive feedback. Intrinsic motivation thrives on accurate information about our performance. Seek the truth. Day 6. Teach someone something you've learned. Teaching is the ultimate test of mastery and connects your work to others. Finally, Day 7. Write your personal purpose statement in one paragraph. This is your North Star, your why for the long haul. It's important to understand the nuance. External rewards are not inherently harmful. They are often necessary for stability and security. The balance between intrinsic and extrinsic motivation depends on the individual, the task, and the context. Both have their place. To help you transition from Type X to Type 1, Daniel Pink provides a toolkit. Practical strategies for individuals and organizations to foster drive. Strategy 1. The flow test. Set a timer for 45 minutes and record your state of mind. Are you immersed? Are you challenged? Find your flow. Regularly conduct a SAG check. Ask, do I have autonomy, mastery, purpose? If not, change your path. For the individual, drive is about reclaiming your agency. It is about realizing that you are the architect of your own motivation and excellence. Reclaim your agency. Realize that you are the architect of your own motivation. Autonomy, mastery, and purpose are within your reach. Grab them. Reclaim your agency. Realize that you are the architect of your own motivation. Autonomy, mastery, and purpose are within your reach. Grab them. The science is clear. The strongest motivation is invisible. It appears when curiosity becomes habit and improvement becomes part of your identity. Your work is your legacy. By choosing to improve and serve a cause greater than yourself, you find a satisfaction that no external reward can match. Your work is your legacy. Serving a cause greater than yourself brings unmatched satisfaction. The spark of drive is within you. Choose autonomy, pursue mastery, find your purpose. The spark of drive is within you. Let it become a flame. Choose autonomy, mastery, and purpose. Wealth Entertainment. 21 is dedicated to the science of human potential. We believe that understanding drive is the key to building a better future for all. Subscribe to join our global community of thinkers and creators. Share this documentary with those who seek their own path to excellence and purpose. Money can open doors. Recognition can encourage us. But purpose keeps people moving long after the applause has faded. Your journey starts now. Build your drive. Build your excellence. Build your life. Thank you for watching. This has been a Wealth Entertainment 21 production. Your journey starts now. Build your drive. Build your excellence. Build your life. Thank you for watching. This has been a Wealth Entertainment 21 production. Build your drive. Build your excellence. Build your life. This has been a Wealth Entertainment 21 production. Unlock your potential. Master your drive. Join the Wealth Entertainment 21 community today by subscribing and clicking the bell. Your journey to excellence starts now. Unlock your potential. Master your drive. Join the Wealth Entertainment 21 community today by subscribing and clicking the bell. Your journey to excellence starts now. Your journey starts now. Build your drive. Build your excellence. Build your life. Thank you for watching. This has been a Wealth Entertainment 21 production. Your journey starts now. Build your drive. Build your life. Thank you for watching. Unlock your potential. Master your drive. Subscribe to Wealth Entertainment 21 today. Your journey starts now. Unlock your potential. Master your drive. Join the Wealth Entertainment 21 community today by subscribing and clicking the bell. Your journey to excellence starts now. Wealth Entertainment 21. Build your drive. Build your life. Thank you for watching. Goodbye for now. Wealth Entertainment 21. Build your drive. Build your life. Thank you for watching. Goodbye for now.